Welcome to Soul Velocity. Today we're diving deep into a topic that will separate your habits from your destiny. The title is Rise Strong, How Positive Thinking Builds Unshakable Resilience. And I've broken this journey down into 10 powerful parts, each one built to challenge, stretch, and grow you. So buckle up, let's begin with part 1. The foundation of resilience begins in the mind. Before you learn how to bounce back, you've got to learn how to think forward. Because real resilience doesn't begin when you fall. It begins long before that. It begins in the quiet space between your thoughts. It begins with the story you tell yourself when nobody's watching. Steve Harvey didn't build resilience on the stage. He built it in the storm, in the silence, in the days when nothing worked and nobody clapped. You don't wake up strong, you become strong, one thought at a time. You become strong when you stop telling yourself that life is happening to you and start believing that life is happening for you. Positive thinking is not fake smiles and denial. It's not pretending everything is fine. It's choosing power over panic. It's choosing truth over temporary emotion. It's choosing to believe that even your pain has purpose. Say this: I control my thoughts. I shape my mindset. I speak life into my struggle. Because every resilient person you admire, they built that strength by choosing their thoughts every day. When life knocked them down, they didn't just get up, they rose with perspective. And you've got that power too. Positive thinking is your foundation. It's your fuel. It's your protection from the noise outside and the fear inside. Don't let the world teach you how to think. Don't let your past define what you believe is possible. Don't let failure convince you that you're finished. You've got to speak to yourself louder than the doubt around you. You've got to say, this will not break me, this will build me. Steve Harvey faced rejection, homelessness, and humiliation. But what made him different? He never gave his thoughts over to defeat. He said, I am going to make it. I am chosen. I am favored. Not because he saw it, but because he believed it. You don't become resilient by accident. You become resilient because you rewire your mind to see hope in the hard times. And that starts now. Start watching your thoughts like a guard at the gate. Start replacing I can't with I will. Start feeding your mind what it needs to grow, not what it fears. Because once your mind believes, your body will follow. Once your thoughts shift, your direction shifts. Once your mindset is unshakable, you become unshakable. And that's how you rise strong. Part 2, pain as a teacher, how struggle shapes strength. Pain doesn't come to destroy you, it comes to develop you. But most people run from it. They avoid it, numb it, deny it, and then wonder why they stay stuck. Steve Harvey didn't become Steve Harvey without pain. He became who he is because of it. Because every hardship had a lesson. Every setback had a seed. Every wound had wisdom waiting inside. You've got to stop treating pain like a punishment. Start seeing it as preparation. When you go through something, really go through it. It either builds you up or breaks you down. But the difference isn't the pain itself, it's how you interpret it. Say this: my pain is a teacher. I may not like the lesson, but I will learn from it. The strongest people you know didn't get there without scars. They got there because they didn't let those scars harden their heart. They let them open their eyes. Every struggle you face is shaping something inside of you that comfort never could. Struggle sharpens your perspective. It deepens your gratitude. It reminds you of your source. There were days Steve Harvey slept in a car, not to prove a point, but because purpose doesn't always come with a soft landing. But he didn't let that struggle steal his spirit. He let it stretch his faith. That's what you've got to do. Let the hard things grow your heart. Let the silence teach you to hear. Let the darkness show you how to hold on to light. You've got 2 options in pain. You can curse it, or you can coach yourself through it. You can ask, why me? Or you can ask, what's this trying to teach me? Because every painful chapter, if you stay in it long enough, becomes a source of strength you'll use later. And not just for you, for the people you'll lift, the ones who will one day say, because of your story, I didn't give up on mine. Steve Harvey turned pain into purpose, not because it was easy, but because he refused to let it be wasted. And neither should you. So don't fear pain. Face it, learn from it, use it, let it build something inside you that peace never could. Because when you've been through pain and came out better, you become unstoppable. Part 3, the power of self-talk. What you say is what you become. Words shape worlds, and the most powerful words you ever hear are the ones you say to yourself when nobody's around. Steve Harvey didn't build his future with applause. He built it with affirmation. He looked in the mirror when life looked hopeless and still said, I'm going to make it. That's the kind of voice you need. Not the loudest, but the most aligned. Aligned with your future. Aligned with your identity. Aligned with your calling. Your self-talk is not background noise. It's creative energy. It either builds your belief or breaks it. It either lifts your vision or lowers your value. Say this: I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to believe about myself. When you constantly feed your mind thoughts like I can't, I'm not ready, or it's too late, you teach your spirit to settle. You train your habits to hold back. But when you shift your language, you shift your life. Because every time you say, I got this, your courage grows. Every time you say, I am worthy, your confidence levels up. Every time you say, "This challenge is shaping me," your strength expands. Steve Harvey didn't just hope his way through pain. He spoke his way through it. He declared things that weren't as though they were. He didn't wait for the stage to start speaking life. He practiced it in the storm. That's your move now. Start shaping your identity with your own voice. Don't wait for someone to validate you. Validate yourself. When you wake up in the morning, speak power. When you're tired and worn, speak vision. When you're doubting your path, speak truth. Because what you say is what you believe. And what you believe is what you become. Self-talk is not just motivation. It's transformation. It's the practice of turning fear into faith and pressure into purpose. So from this moment on, guard your words like gold and speak like your future is listening, because it is. And the louder your faith becomes, the smaller your fear will feel. Part 4, rewiring failure, turning setbacks into setups. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. It's not a detour, it's the path. But most people stop when they fall, not because they're weak, but because they were never taught how to fall with faith. Steve Harvey didn't just rise once. He failed often, but every time he got knocked down, he made a decision. This won't define me, it will refine me. That's the secret right there. You've got to stop taking failure personally and start taking it strategically. Say this: I am not my failures. I am my recovery. I am my rebuild. I am my rise. Every time you miss the mark, you're gathering insight. You're learning. You're leveling up in silence. Because when the lesson hits deeper than the pain, you've grown. You don't lose when you fall. You lose when you don't learn. See, resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about bouncing forward. It's about coming back smarter, wiser, more determined than ever. Steve Harvey auditioned, failed, got rejected, got humiliated, but every no gave him a sharper yes. Every closed door taught him how to build his own, and that's what you've got to start doing. Stop being afraid of looking foolish. Be afraid of staying stuck. Rewire your response to failure. Start asking, what's this trying to teach me? Start saying, I'm not broken, I'm being rebuilt. The comeback is always stronger when the foundation is deeper, and failure digs deep. It pulls out your pride, it tests your patience, it introduces you to the version of you that doesn't quit. So if you failed lately, good. Now you're qualified. Now you've got scars with stories. Now you've got roots that can handle a bigger future. Remember, the pain of discipline is temporary. The reward of resilience is eternal. Your dream doesn't need you to be perfect. It just needs you to keep going, especially when it hurts. Part 5, the resilience routine. Daily habits that make you mentally unshakable. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits. Most people think resilience is a gift, something you're born with. But the truth is, resilience is a discipline. It's built day by day, decision by decision, habit by habit. Steve Harvey didn't become strong because he wished for it. He became strong because he trained for it. Every morning, every moment, he didn't feel like moving. Every time, he chose purpose over comfort. That's what makes the difference. Not talent, not luck, routine. Say this: my habits are my power. My routine is my root. I train my strength before the storm comes. So what does a resilience routine look like? It starts simple, not with 100 new things, but with a few small things done with intention. Wake up and win the morning. Don't check your phone, check your mindset. Speak life before you scroll. Move your body, even when your mood is heavy, because motion builds momentum. Feed your mind what it needs to grow. Read, listen, learn. Nourish your vision with voices that challenge your fear. Plan your day with purpose. Don't let distractions decide your direction. You guide your focus. And every night, reflect. Ask yourself, did I build or did I break today? Did I stretch or did I shrink? Then commit to being 1% better tomorrow. Steve Harvey kept a routine, even when he had no stage. He practiced jokes alone. He spoke faith out loud when no one believed in him. Because discipline isn't about being seen, it's about being ready. And you've got that power too. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need to start small and stay consistent. Because the most unshakable people in the world don't wait for strength. They train it every single day, every quiet choice, every invisible win. That's how you become mentally unshakable. That's how you build resilience that can't be rattled. That's how you rise, not just once, but for life. Part 6, environment matters. Guarding your energy and inner circle. You can't grow in soil that chokes you, and you can't rise in a room that drains you. Your environment is either feeding your faith or feeding your fear. There is no neutral. Steve Harvey didn't get to where he is by staying around the same conversations, same excuses, same small talk. He made a choice to protect his energy like his destiny depended on it, because it did. If your circle doesn't challenge your thinking, it's shrinking your power. Say this: I don't need crowds, I need clarity. I don't need cheerleaders, I need challenges. Look around. Are you surrounded by people who lift your belief or people who weigh down your vision? Are you in rooms that make you doubt yourself or rooms that stretch your potential? You don't need 1,000 voices. You need a few who get it, a few who won't let you quit, a few who remind you of your why when your will gets weak. Steve Harvey guarded his space. He cut out noise. He stepped back from people who didn't see his worth so he could step into people who did. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do isn't to hustle harder, it's to get around better energy. Start with your conversations. If it's not building, it's breaking. If it's not uplifting, it's subtracting. Evaluate your space. Clean up your digital diet. What you scroll is shaping what you think. What you consume is feeding what you become. Create boundaries like your life depends on it, because it does. Your peace is not optional. Your focus is not negotiable. Your dream is not up for debate. So give yourself permission to walk away from people who don't walk with purpose, to say no to the energy that says you're not enough, to unplug from the chaos so you can plug back into your calling. Your environment is your ecosystem. It's the temperature of your future. And when you guard it, you grow. Part 7, fueling faith, believing without seeing, trusting without knowing. Faith isn't a feeling. It's not goosebumps. It's not hype. It's not a moment on Sunday. Faith is what you stand on when nothing else is solid. Steve Harvey said it best. Faith is the belief in things you cannot see. And in this life, the people who win the longest aren't the ones who know everything. They're the ones who believe anyway. Believe when it's dark. Believe when it's lonely. Believe when there's no applause, because that's the muscle, that's the fire, that's the difference between giving up and growing through. Most people wait for proof. Faith moves with vision. See, when you believe in your calling before the crowd does, you develop a different kind of strength, one that can't be broken by silence, one that doesn't shake when people doubt you, one that says, God said it, that's enough for me. You've got to fuel that faith like it's oxygen. So how do you do that? Speak the vision daily. Say it out loud. Make it real. Your words create your world. Surround yourself with faithful energy. Don't just hang with positive people. Hang with faith-driven people. People who stretch your belief, not your fear. Move even when it doesn't make sense. Don't wait to understand it fully. Faith isn't clarity. It's obedience. Look back at what didn't break you. You've survived too much to start doubting now. Faith isn't about perfection. It's about movement. It's about saying, I don't have it all figured out, but I trust the next step. Steve Harvey didn't see the stage when he was sleeping in his car, but he kept believing. He kept preparing. He kept praying like he already had it. That's faith. That's power. That's your next level. Say it with me. I walk in faith, not fear. I move from vision, not validation. I trust what's unseen more than what's uncertain, because sometimes your eyes will lie to you, but your belief, that's the real sight. And once your faith leads, your future follows. Part 8, daily identity. Becoming the person your dreams require. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And the truth is, your dream doesn't care who you used to be. It's waiting for who you're becoming daily. Steve Harvey didn't just wake up into his purpose. He grew into it. And he did it by asking one question every single day. Am I becoming the man my dream is waiting for? Your identity is not fixed. It's built. Built in the thoughts you repeat. Built in the habits you honor. Built in the choices you make when nobody's watching. Say this, my future is not tied to my past. It's tied to the person I choose to become today. Every day you're casting a vote, not for a result, but for a person. Every decision says something about your identity. And identity shapes destiny. You can't wait to feel ready. You have to act ready. Want to be disciplined? Start behaving like someone who is. Want to be confident? Start showing up like it's already true. Want to lead? Start leading yourself. Because the dream doesn't come to the old version of you. It meets the version that's been training in silence. It meets the version who has failed, fallen, and stood back up with more focus. Steve Harvey became Steve Harvey by stepping into the road before the world clapped. He didn't just speak his dream, he lived it, one decision at a time. So ask yourself daily, what would the best version of me do today? Then do that before the motivation shows up, before the recognition, before the breakthrough, because becoming that person is the breakthrough. You can't fake identity, but you can forge it, one rep at a time, one boundary at a time, one brave yes at a time. And once your identity shifts, your life can't stay the same. You don't need more potential, you need more practice. And every day is a new opportunity to align your behavior with your belief, because your dream isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become to achieve it. Part 9, rest a strategy. Recovering without quitting. You're not a machine, you're a mission. And missions need momentum and recovery. We live in a world that glorifies the grind, but hustle without healing leads to burnout. Steve Harvey said it best. Rest is not quitting, it's reloading. Because even the strongest need space to breathe. Even the focused need time to refocus. Even the brave need rest to stay bold. Say this, rest is part of my process. Stepping back doesn't mean I'm stepping down. If you want longevity, you've got to learn how to pause without guilt. You've got to learn how to listen to your body, your mind, your spirit before they scream for your attention. Rest isn't weakness. Rest is wisdom. It's the space where clarity shows up. It's the pause that resets your purpose. It's the silence that lets you hear what matters. Steve Harvey didn't keep going because he never stopped. He kept going because he rested with intention. He took time to reflect, to pray, to pull back and fill up. That's your strategy too. Because what good is building a legacy if you break yourself trying to carry it? You've got to schedule your restoration the way you schedule your goals. Sleep like your dream depends on it, because it does. Disconnect like your energy matters, because it does. Laugh, breathe, walk, without performance, without pressure. And when you return, return stronger. Return with insight. Return with renewed fire. Rest doesn't slow you down. It positions you to go further. Because true resilience is not just about endurance. It's about alignment. And you can't stay aligned if you're constantly overwhelmed. So pause without shame. Recover without apology. Step back without fear. And come back with vision. That's how real leaders move. That's how legends are made. That's how you rise without running empty. Part 10, unshakable mindset, locking in the new you. You didn't come this far to stay the same. You didn't fight through the dark just to go dim again. This journey you've taken through pain, faith, discipline, identity, and belief wasn't just for motivation, it was for transformation. Now it's time to lock in the mindset that makes it unshakable. Because the new you isn't a moment, it's a movement. You've built too much to go back to old patterns. You've seen too much to settle for old standards. Say this: I am no longer available for the version of me that plays small, hesitates in fear, or seeks permission to be great. Steve Harvey didn't rise because he changed his talent. He rose because he changed his mind. He went from saying, I hope it works, to it's already done. From maybe someday to why not today. From what if I fail to what if I fly. That's your shift now. You don't have to wait to feel powerful to be powerful. You decide it, because mindset is a decision before it's a feeling. Unshakable doesn't mean perfect, it means rooted. It means even when storms come, you don't panic, you pivot. You don't shrink, you rise. Let your mind be grounded in these truths. You are capable of change. You are worthy of peace. You are built for purpose. You are guided, not forgotten. And most of all, you are ready. From this moment forward, walk like it, speak like it, lead like it. Don't give people the old version of you and expect a new result. Show up as the version your vision demands every day. Because now you know the greatest battle isn't out there, it's in here. But so is the greatest breakthrough. So when the doubt returns, when the fear whispers, when the world gets loud and confusing again, you come back to what's unshakable: your faith, your habits, your identity, your vision, your truth. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just need to become everything you were created to be, and you're already becoming it. This isn't the end. This is your arrival, so say it one last time. I am not my past. I am my potential. I don't follow feelings, I follow purpose. I'm not waiting, I'm walking in it now. Because when your mind is unshakable, your life becomes unstoppable.